Hello, this is Team 3 for the TCA 1 presentation for CO659 Enterprise Systems Development. We are joined by Arbaaz, Mohammed, Kyle, Roshan, Vincent, and Sudath, who will be discussing topics of the food bank website that we are developing. This is Arbaaz speaking on project management. I was appointed as project manager and have overseen the tasks each of us has completed. Team 3 is quite large with 6 members. The Enterprise Systems project itself has many sections, ranging from requirements and designs to implementation and testing. To ensure timely and relevant sections for the report, each member is assigned a regular and similar amount of work. This would increase group satisfaction, knowledge, and respect for the project. However, because we're university students with other modules to study for, and some members have part-time jobs, we have varying and lengthy time commitments. We decided on a project management solution that would suit our schedules best. Kanban was the framework of choice to manage our team. It involves a project board visualizing distinct tasks that are arranged by stage of completion. We have a section for ideas, to do, doing, done, and backlog to organize them. It's flexible because we don't need to hold daily meetings, enforce short sprints, or lock distinct roles for members like Scrum does. Kanban allows members to work on tasks as needed, simplifying the development or work process, which can increase the flow of progress. Sometimes, if they have better experience, like with designs, they would be assigned to the relevant tasks for better team performance and synergy. Work in progress tasks are limited where possible, as the project manager can allow some time to complete an incomplete task or review the report. We use Trello for hosting our project board and completing assigned weekly tasks to maintain pace. Our team also aims to have a weekly meeting to discuss the report topics. Also, we use messaging software to communicate issues with the work and provide suggestions too. There have been occasional issues, such as the requirements report task I set being too extensive, so I reduced the minimum functional requirements from 20 to 16 in response. However, the members did more than necessary, which was welcome. To improve formatting, designs, and missing work such as the method, a portion of time will be dedicated to fulfilling these details before the implementation happens, and this maintains team focus. Some work for the method report task was assigned incorrectly, so team development and management approaches were switched to suit the members more appropriately due to existing knowledge of the topics. Thanks for listening to this section of project management. I'll let Roshan take it from here.
Hello everyone, my name is Roshan and my presentation is about the topic to justify one of the most essential technical requirement and one of the most important design criteria requirements of the app your team has identified and how these relate to each other. So technical requirements. So one of the most essential technical requirement in our website is location-based service which enhances the impact of the food bank and optimizes its overall functionality of the website. Next slide, please. So utilization of GPS or other location data. It involves utilizing GPS or the other location data to determine the user's geographical location. These features can be used for various purposes, such as identifying nearby food banks and providing direction to donation centers, reduces barrier to access and ensures timely support. With the help of location service, users can not only find nearby food banks, but also the ones that are all over the UK, making it easier to reach and ensure timely support. Increases accessibility. By integrating the geographic data, our website can become a responsive and efficient force for addressing food insecurity. It makes the life easier of the donator as well as the ones in need by increasing the accessibility for everyone. Next slide, please. Um, it is essential to strategically use typography into the website because what good is a top-notch website if it's lacking the fundamental design aspect of the website, making all part of the website difficult to use and understand, accessible to a diverse audience. In the context of our food bank app, clear and understandable typography is crucial for displaying essential details about food resources, donation processes, and location services. Larger, easily readable fonts can guide the user through the app, making it accessible to a diverse audience. Cohesion and professionalism. Moreover, the use of consistent typography across the app fosters a sense of cohesion and professionalism. It reinforces our brand identity, build trust in our users, and encourages continued engagement. Effective communication and user engagement. Typography is a powerful tool that goes beyond aesthetics. It's about effective communication and user engagement. By implementing thoughtful typography in our food bank, we can amplify its impact in ensuring that information is not just seen, but it's truly understood. In conclusion, location-based service and typography both contribute to creating a cohesive, user-friendly, and effective food bank app. Typography ensures clear communication and a visual, pleasing interface, while location-based services provide interactive, relevant information, aligning the app with users' immediate needs and geographic context. Together, they create a more holistic and engaging experience. Thank you. I would like to pass on to my friend Sudath.
I am Sudath. I'm the team member of the food bank project. My task is the discussing initial element of the ERD diagrams. So the diagram is assist a visual representation of the entities and relationships and attributes that's for the form the key element of our applications. So we have identified the 9 entities. The central entities is a food bank. It's operated as a core entity. And let's look at the other different entities, which is we have a residents, volunteers, and employees and donators, which is the actors of our systems. So the in other entities linked with that, inventory locations, donation items, and accounts. So these entities together form the dynamic system for our food bank web applications, and it contributes to the functionality and efficiency of web application. Now I'm going to see the relationships. So we have identified the 11 interact relationship between those entities. So I will go through the relationships like resident to food banks. We have food banks can serve many residents. Food bank to volunteer, we identify some one-to-many relationships. So which the food bank can have many volunteers within the food banks. The food bank to inventory relationships, each food bank has a unique entities. So these are the relationships, so on, so on. And so these 11 relationships within the system. So involve the connections between our key entities and allow to food bank web application to be a function easily and efficiently. The next topics I'm going to talk about the data structure and user engagements. So I already outlined all the ERD relationships. So the data within the system, which is how to engage with the data and the system. So the each entities, we identify the unique ID, which is the primary key, and then also have a foreign key within the system as well. So that's the cross reference each entities. So like example, the resident have a unique ID and a name and address and contact details. So the user engagement with the resident entity, so they can access to the system request and assist and view available service and update their contact details. So the next one, volunteers is the same. So attributes we have, that's the data within the volunteers entity. ID, name, and contact details. and then the user engagement with that volunteer entity. So engage the system to sign the volunteers for the opportunities and view schedules and the tracks their contributions. So the data structure and user engagement will guide the use to user-friendly interface for the application, will provide the user to easily navigate and operate the functionality to make their engagement with Food Bank app. Next one, I'm going to explain is the how is the link with the MVC architecture. So the ERD is not only assist the blueprint of the database, but it is play crucial roles in the MVC architecture. Which why? Because the entities in the link in the model representing data and object, so we'll provide the communication to our food bank application, and also our attributors, which is the data within the entities, contribute to define the data models. Finally, so outcome of the designs, the ERD will form the like a backbone of our web application. It guide the create the robust data structure. As we moving forward, these ERD diagrams will assist to develop the smooth um, user experience for the users and affect the data engagement within the MVC architecture. Thank you for listening. Now I pass into Vince to talk about the next topic.
This is Vincent speaking about the three alternative technologies which have been considered for implementing our app for the food bank. The technologies that were considered for our app was AppyPie, Tonkable, and Bubble. And the reason I chose it was because it was appropriate for low-code design, as people who are not very experienced and skilled in coding can use any of these technologies to work on any mobile applications they wish to create without having to worry too much about how complicated coding needs to be. For example, the food banks. And now I'll be talking about each of the applications. AppyPie was considered for our app because it's a no-code application that is accessible by anyone. It is an application development platform that enables users to build mobile applications compatible with operating systems such as Android, iOS, and Windows Mobile OS. The benefits of AppyPie is that it offers app and web development, help desk support, chatbot building, design features, integration that are helpful when starting and growing a business. The limitations of AppyPie, however, is that it has very limited customization, meaning its platform may not offer users the same level of customization as coding and developing applications from scratch. This could limit the user experience and prevent the app from being acknowledged in the crowded markets, making it a very huge liability. Tonkable, as well as it being a low no-code, also offers a different style of coding, which comes in the form of block-based, which transforms itself into a project-based program that completes the app. The benefits of this is that it offers a wide range of components such as buttons, text boxes, and lists, allowing you to create complex and interactive applications. The limitations to it is that internet connectivity isn't reliable and there's limited control over the code. And Bubble was our best bet and choice because it's very easy to use and very common by a lot of people in the coding industry. And it helps users build software and applications using graphics and images to express computing logic rather than solely on text-based representation like coding. The benefits to Bubble is scalability, as Bubble is designed to enable the development of scalable web applications that can handle a high volume of users and data. Another is speedy development, as Bubble offers a drag and drop interface that allows users to build complex applications quickly. The limitations to Bubble is that once you start building your app on Bubble, it can be very difficult to change to a different platform later, so you need to be wise and make sure what you're doing is what you actually want to do. As you see in my slides, it shows each of the technologies, different uses and what they do and what they offer the user, as well as showing the advantages and disadvantages. Thank you for reading my presentation.
My name is Mohammed Shakil and today I will talk about communication. We will cover introduction, medium, frequency, participation. First, in introduction, we know that communication is the key to success of any team-based project. Now talk about medium. Using team communication software are the best way to collaborate with each other and make sure that all team members are on the same page at the end of the day. These softwares are WhatsApp, Trello, Google Docs, Discord, and Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams is a good way to communicate via video call and share documents and do chatting. Discord also has similar functionality. You can organize the chatting and easily document if need for report or presentation. WhatsApp is good way to communicate with each other when you have a task to do as a team. You can share audio, video, and images. Even you can create polls and count the responses. You can easily call all team members in one go and make progress to the work. Trello is best application for organization of your work. You can easily create task lists and cards on board. It provides visual way of working as a team. You can easily divide work between team members and assign them tasks and keep monitoring the progress. This tool is very helpful if you want to know progress of each individual responsibility. Google Docs is an online way when you have to work with documents. It provides functionality of Word documents, slide Excel documents to create and edit online in your web browser. You can work as a team on a single document and all edits are saved and can easily be undo if you did some wrong working. Team can simultaneously work in a single document and it makes sure that all work done by effectively and creatively. Frequency is the important thing. We talk daily on WhatsApp about project. We do meeting on Microsoft Team every week on Monday and get tasks from our team leader. Now to talk about participation. As participation is concerned, we all 6 team members participate regularly on our meetings. Our communication covers alignment with project's goals. Finally, talk about uh, medium. Each tool has its own benefits and drawbacks. When we do work as a team, each tool provides efficiency, productivity, and collaboration. All of them provide environment where productivity and communication is seamless. Now I am giving presentation to the next team member.
Hello, this is Kylwin, and I'll be presenting on output versioning and how my team engage in it is my topic. So to begin, I'll be answering the question, what is versioning? And versioning is a popular method used in the technology space to create different versions of a project as well as to keep track of the changes in a project. Now, why someone would like to version a project is that it helps to manage the different product releases for a project. So, for example, you may have version 1, version 2, version 3 of a software or project, and this makes it easy for developers to keep track of the changes. An example of versioning will be the popular operating system known as Windows, created by Microsoft. Now here I have an example of Windows 10 and Windows 11, and it shows the system requirements for both. And as you can see, Windows 11 has a more advanced system requirements than 10. because Windows 11 is a later release of the operating system. And this means that Windows 11 is currently the best version of the project out. And this is one of the goals of versioning. Versioning is used to create the best version of a project with each new version that is released. So that is the goal, and this is a example of versioning in the technology space. Why it is important outside of it being used to create a better version of the product is that it helps to speed up the development of projects by having the ability to look at the older versions of a project. You can see where you go wrong and quickly change it. Another example is the reduction of errors due to you having the ability to view the changes done in a project, and you also keep a history of the changes. A popular example of a versioning software is GitHub. Now, how did my team use project versioning? Now, due to us being in the initial stages of our project, we didn't really code anything that would allow us to use GitHub per se, but we did use a form of versioning which includes us creating different drafts. Now, these drafts were initially reviewed and used to help us to create the best output for our project. Now here is an sample of the work area. Now if you look at the bottom, you will notice that we have microservices and microservices 1. Now microservices is the initial draft and microservices 1 is the updated version of my task. And if you look at version 0, you notice that version 1 has more details than version 0. This is with keeping in with the versioning law that each version should be a more developed release than the previous version, and we can see that I have achieved that by using my first job to create V1, which is a more improved and detailed work than V1. Thank you, and I've finished my presentation.